This is podcast 6, and my first question is, what did you and your team accomplish this week? So this week we discussed what we have left to work on for the rest of the project. I don't know much about programming, so I couldn't understand fully what everyone was talking about, but I know they were working on the movements of the player, the enemy ships, and the following motion. I think that's how you say it. It's pretty much when the enemy is drawn toward the player and attacks them. Some things that I accomplished this week was starting on animations, and I started with the player animations and the enemy animations, and I've definitely been struggling with how I want the animations to look like. I did put some of the images in so you can see, but I'm not completely finished with them. I also picked out some sounds that I'll play one of them now. And it's just the sound of either the player or the enemy firing a projectile. I haven't decided which one it should be for, like the player or the enemy, but I'm going to choose later on. And then I picked out some background music, which I'll play now. And we haven't discussed yet about what kind of sounds we want for the other things that we're including in the game, but I do believe that's something we'll discuss next at our meeting. And I also made some static images of a planet and a star, and the star is how you collect points in the game. And then finally, I just came up with an image that shows a little bit of the gameplay. Next question is, how many times did you meet or communicate with your team this week? We met 2 times a week, Monday and Friday at 2:30 p.m., and then we emailed each other a few times in between during the week. The next question is, what were you scheduled to do? How far did you get with your assigned task? My next task that I am going to be spending all my time on is on the title screen, and the UI UX designs. I'm still designing them, and I'm trying to figure out colors, how I want the buttons to look like, how I want the design of the health bar, and things like that. But I haven't gotten that far with it yet, but I'm starting after our Monday meeting. And next question is, if you are behind, why do you think that's the case? How do I plan on getting back on track? And how might you help your teammates catch up? Well, I don't think I am that far behind. I think I'm actually in a good spot. The last biggest task that I have is to design the main screen and the game graphics, like the health bar and points in the point system. But other than that, I think I'm pretty much still on track. One thing my teammates have helped me with is coming up with a layout of where things are going to be placed, so that gives me a better idea of what I need to get done. And I don't believe my teammates are behind or anything like that. I think we're all on track with everything. And then what's one thing I discovered about my teammates this week? I haven't really discovered anything new, but I have discovered that we are all tired and working very hard this semester and trying to produce the best work that we can, and I definitely think that we're doing that. And then the next question is, what's one thing you discovered this week about myself as an artist, designer, and creative in a team-based context? I think it's the same as last week. I think my love for animating is growing, and I'm enjoying it more and more, watching my drawing come to life. And I still love working in a team and seeing all the ideas everyone has and how we can make a better and overall good game. And that's the end of my podcast.